Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. I'm an accidental participant in this debate. When the Stage 1 debate came forward, the whips found there were one short in the volunteers to participate, and I got that tap on the shoulder to do so. And I did what I always do under these circumstances, particularly when the last speaker at the end of a debate, I went and read the bill. And that's why I was able to identify a little something that I was delighted to bring forward at Stage 2, that I'm absolutely delighted I've heard 2 acknowledgements from colleagues for that little bit. But I'm afraid when, as I have, you have attended 266 Justice Committee meetings, as I have, you kind of have learned how to read bills quite quickly and to spot where the elephant traps are. There is not a special skill, it's just length of service. And you'll all be able to do it when you've done 266 Justice Committees as well. And I wish you well of that prospect. But there we are. I think it's very unusual, this Stage 3 debate. We have no amendments. That in itself is not particularly unusual, but I think the Business Bureau has served us well as a Parliament by extending the period for the debate to fill a full debate slot. That may be unique. It's certainly pretty unusual, and I very much welcome that comprehensive opportunity for a much wider range of people than usual to participate in the Stage 3 debate. Now, just a few things. We're not here to rewrite the past, because that's just not simply something that we can do. And any attempts to do that sort of thing are the sort of things that require the most careful of considerations. I don't, for example, much like the renaming of streets in an attempt to rewrite history. I may support the removal of celebratory statues. For example, Felix Dzerzhinsky, who used to gaze across Dzerzhinsky Square at the back of Red Square to the Lubyanka, is no longer there, and that street's no longer called Dzerzhinsky Square. And I think that's proper, given the abuses of human rights that he, as the founder of the precursor to the KGB, oversee. But I do like writing the effects of wrongs that were made in the name of the state. We do not forget that that happened, but we can offer some redress. There is an issue that we can't really legislate for in any meaningful sense, which we should bear in mind, that we may be striking the official record from public gaze, but the newspapers will still carry many reports of convictions and prosecutions. Hopefully that does not interfere with what we are doing today. Now, Presiding Officer, I do want to touch on some of the debate that's preceded me. It's worth saying we're all making a journey. My parents were both Edwardians, born well before the First World War, and their moral compass and their view of society would have been very different from that which I hold and which we are expressing this afternoon. My youngest grandparent was born in 1872, at a time when women couldn't even own property. So the world changes, society evolves. And I think in that context, I want to just gently engage with Patrick Harvie. I don't think we can bully anybody into changing their point of view. It just doesn't work in politics or in life. I think that there's possibly a 5-stage process we might consider, and I've just jotted this down so it's capable of being criticised. Step 1, get people to recognise there's a difference. Step 2, get people to acknowledge that difference. Step 3, get people to engage with that difference. Step 4, get people to celebrate that difference. And step 5, get people to promote the positive values of difference. Now, that is not simply about today's debate. It's about how we progress people step by step to a new view of the world. And I encourage Patrick Harvie to consider, perhaps, that rather than bullying those who might have a particular viewpoint, we find a way of engaging with them. I'm not going to, sorry. Now, it's also worth just returning to Alan Turing, one of my great heroes. Alan Turing lives on in computer science as the name of the Turing test. And the Turing test is a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behaviour. And I think that's exactly what we are doing today, exhibiting intelligent behaviour. So I very much welcome this bill coming forward. I very much welcome the work of Tim Hopkins, who's probably almost the first lobbyist I met when I came to this Parliament in 2001. And you know, he doesn't look a day older. It's really absolutely... So see what nice people... Now, Presiding Officer, I hope you didn't hear that. That he doesn't look a day older, and yet he should, for his indefatigable efforts to help us and to help me, as someone who came from an Edwardian family, not naturally equipped for today's debate, to a position where I not only can engage in all stages of this debate, but with gladness in my heart, vote for this bill at decision time.